So I could go on and on telling you more and more about Greek, but I really don't need to at this stage. You now have all the knowledge and tools and perspective of language to broaden and fine-tune your Greek through practice, exposure, and analysis, or thought, let's say. You can look at words you don't know and work out either just by the word or the larger context what kind of word it is and how it's built, or what it's built of and how it's behaving. You can look at unfamiliar structures and with what you know about Greek and how to think about Greek, work out what's going on. We've learned not to shut down when we come across something unfamiliar, but to begin with what is familiar, and in this way revise what we do know until it becomes second nature. And when it does, Greek will slow right down to your ear, and you will find yourself with more mental time or space to analyze and incorporate the Greek you come across, be it vocabulary or variations of structure to achieve different meanings. Learning in this conscious, analytical and curious way, we are very conscious of our Greek. We get an intimate relationship with the language that most native speakers don't have in their language. But nevertheless, we may be able to say much more than what we can understand at the beginning. And this is normal, as listening is a separate skill, but one that will quickly improve so long as you concentrate on picking out what you can identify instead of panicking about what you don't. Relax, see what you recognize, and the more you do that, the more Greek will slow down to your ear. Listening is extremely important. You need to see the world of Greek as a constant source of clarification and expansion for your Greek. A great way to practice is to find a Greek speaker who wants to learn a language you speak, like English, for example. You can decide to mix the languages, moving in and out of Greek and English or Spanish or Arabic, for example. And when you have a thought or say something that you realize you can express in Greek, then you can switch to Greek. When you can't, in order to keep the conversation flowing, you can move back to English or whatever language you're sharing. And if it's something you feel is important and you really want to know how to say it, you can ask, rather than asking how to say everything. You know, the important thing is to keep a flow, and that's why mixing is a great way to practice, and you can slowly move to speaking more and more Greek through mixing languages. In this way, you also get to prioritize what are the most important things for you to learn for now. For example, the verb to swim might be more important to you than to saw, unless you're a carpenter, of course. So prioritize. You don't have to learn everything at once. You can pick out what feels more important to you right now. And when something feels important to you, you just learn it much more easily. If you live in a city, you can find a language exchange to practice your Greek. And of course, you can also find people to practice online. And practicing doesn't just mean speaking with people. It also means consuming culture, music, movies, literature. Enjoy your new language. Watch cinema with subtitles in English and enjoy the movie, relaxed, and see what you can pick out. Maybe you learn some new words. Maybe you just recognize things you know already. Maybe you find a closed or an open form of a verb in an interesting place that makes you think. And all the while, you are training your ear to Greek, enjoying your new language, thinking about it, analyzing it, and you will be constantly studying without even realizing it. You can also find bilingual books in Greek, and Language Transfer hopes to release original short stories by budding writers in Greek with elaborated translations into English. This would be a voted publication, so you can vote for that if it's not out when you hear this message. And there's also a voted publication for reading and writing in Greek script. You can find more information on this on the support tab on the website, support tab voting campaign. Speaking of which, there is also an option to vote for further Greek audio material in the way of a Cypriot Greek conversion course. Now, the Cypriot dialect is a fascinating and colorful mix of archaic Greek habits and the influence of other languages such as Turkish and Arabic. So the Cypriot Greek conversion will be a fascinating historical journey through the Cypriot Greek dialect and help anyone speak like and understand not only the island natives, but the diaspora, like the many Cypriot Greek speakers that are in London, for example, who generally have very little to no command of standard Greek, like I didn't until I made this course. So again, if you want to see this awesome material come to light, then please support through making an occasional donation or joining the monthly campaign and voting. You may even want to write in your new language, trying your hand at poetry or short stories and getting a friend to check it for you. All of this exposure, practice and thought is great for solidifying what you know and just as importantly, becoming aware of your grey areas and actively dealing with them, actively clarifying them. In this way, you will control the language rather than feeling controlled or limited by it. After a period of using the language, you may want to repeat this course from the beginning. This is a great way to solidify any doubts, but also when you go over the parts of the course you are clear on, you will often find yourself taking on a new focus and processing the finer points. As I've mentioned, you may hear various alternative forms of what we've learned in different dialects in Greece. For example, we've seen perpatousa for I was walking in the south of Greece. You may hear perpataga, so ag instead of us. So you may find slight differences in different areas of Greece or speaking with different Greek speakers. And if you're living in Greece or have friends from a particular part of Greece, then you can pick up their dialect if you like. The more you speak like the Greek that you are hearing, the more you will understand and pick up. Thank you very much for participating in the language transfer project just by doing this course and becoming a Greek speaker. Please share the project far and wide as much as you can and help more people enjoy whatever benefits the experience of a language transfer course might bring them or might bring our societies or society as a whole. Learning a language in the way we do blurs the lines of the often homogeneous and divisive identities we are taught to have. As a Cypriot, I'm used to this in being asked constantly if I'm Greek or Turkish, and occasionally being told that my blood is Greek and I should stop all this silly Turk hugging in regards to my work in Cyprus and also language transfer. I enjoy replying, pulling out the Turkish words, pronunciations or habits that were used to tell me this sentence in Cypriot Greek and reply that our blood would be something like our tongue. And this for me is a huge motivation in the language transfer project. We really are each other, and it is constantly on the tip of our tongues and in our ideas, our beliefs, in our technologies, as well as in our blood. As you probably know by now, language transfer is a completely independent and unfunded project, or rather, it's funded by you. So if you love the product and the ethos of the project, then please check out the support tab on the website languagetransfer.org, where you can donate, vote, and also volunteer to help create courses. Language transfer is currently in a phase of expansion where my focus is shifting to teaching more people to create courses rather than me creating them all, to then invest my energy in expanding the project in other ways. So again, if you want to help that happen, if you want to help get this incredible product out to more people and to create more, then please donate or volunteer and share. Language transfer has very little funds for dissemination, so we really do rely on users to share the project far and wide, sharing their own personal experience. You can also get yourself a dissemination pack to share the project. Check that out on the support tab again on the website, on donation packs. There are some really fun and great packs there to help you share language transfer, and the price, in inverted commas, just covers the cost of printing these products and getting them out to you. So it really is just a collaboration that helps you share this project. Again, thanks for forming part of this collective experience. It's been a pleasure to be able to reach out and share this experience with so many of you, and I hope to see you around. Enjoy your Greek.